Welcome to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of UCNJ, Union College of Union County, New Jersey. This episode is all about how we support our precious students. We provide all kinds of support to help them get across the finish line. We provide academic support, we provide social support, we provide financial support, and sometimes we even provide food support because we want to do everything we can to put more college graduates on the streets of Union County because we're determined to live out our mission of transforming our community one student at a time. My guests for today's episode are Karen Cimorelli. She's an employee of the college and she's the director of our Universal Accessibility Services, and that used to be called Director of Disability Services, but we recognize at UCNJ that what we provide for our students with disabilities also helps other students as well. So we've transformed that group to Universal Accessibility. Welcome, Karen Cimorelli.
Thank you very much.
And my most special guest this morning is Al-Aziz Roberts. He is a student, but no, let me correct that. He is a member of the class of 25 for UCNJ. He just graduated from the college with a degree in liberal studies. Welcome, Al-Aziz.
Welcome. Thank you.
It's great to have you both here, and I'm thrilled that we're doing a show on student services, on support services, because there are many of our guests out there, our residents of the county and beyond, who want to know, how are we helping our students? How are we helping them overcome challenges, whether they're academic or financial challenges? What is it that we're doing to transform our community and get students across the finish line with a degree? So let's start with Karen. Can you tell us, what is Universal Accessibility Services?
So, like you said, we transformed our name from disability to a wider viewpoint. We provide support to students who are seeking accommodations, which are things that level the playing field so that everybody has equal access to the programs and classrooms and study rooms that we have at the college, so that everybody is welcome.
So it's essentially accommodations, like extended time for tests?
Correct.
Or maybe a quiet room to take an exam if I needed that?
Yes, exactly. You know, preferential seating. I need to sit in the front of the class. I need a sign language interpreter.
Do students have to pay for those things?
Absolutely not. And in addition, we've been very lucky to be able to add a program called the Center for Adult Transitions here, which helps a number of students who are identified by a variety of conditions that can go there and receive very specialized support so that they can be successful at the college.
So you're talking about students who have ADHD or on the autism spectrum and things of that nature.
100%.
So we provide supports to those students, hold them to the same standard, but then lead to maybe greater success in college.
Yes.
That's something that didn't exist before.
No, and it's been transformational for students, not only like Al-Aziz, but for many students. We've been in operation for 2 years, and we've seen 7 students graduate over the fall and spring 24-25.
Congratulations for that. So speaking of graduation, let's go to our special guest, our precious student, Al-Aziz. I know that you're a New Jersey guy. You're born in Newark, but tell us, you grew up in Elizabeth?
No, I actually grew up in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, but you went to Elizabeth High School?
Yes, it's called Johnny Dwyer Technology.
Okay, so when you were over at Dwyer in Elizabeth, what did you think about doing when you grew up?
I wasn't sure. Well, I thought of being a cop, and then I figured that wasn't the right fit for me.
All right, so then what was the next idea for career-wise?
Then I changed it to criminal justice, and then I thought, nope, this is not it either.
Okay.
and then I switched it to psychology. I think that is the correct fit for me.
Psychology.
Yes.
So you're thinking of majoring in psychology when you transfer?
Yes.
All right, and I understand you're going to William Patterson next. What's the end game in terms of career-wise? What are you looking at, Al-Aziz?
The ultimate goal is to be a therapist, a psychologist. I'm trying to get my PhD, aka the doctorate.
Wonderful, wonderful. And any specific group you want to target? I know some people say they want to do marriage counseling and others want to focus on children. What do you want to do?
I want to focus on somewhere in between of the mental disorder category, you know, help people that's going through a lot of things in life.
Terrific, terrific. So William Patterson's the next step.
Yes.
You're headed there in the fall.
Yes.
Now, when you were at Dwyer in Elizabeth, why did you choose UCNJ to be the first 2 years of your academic journey, Al-Aziz?
Well, luckily to my sister, she actually recommended me to go here. It was a lot of great reviews, so I seen it for myself, and it's great. It was a great option.
What about the college? Tell us about your journey here at UCNJ, because Karen tells me, and I talked to a couple of your professors, that you've gone through what some would call maybe a metamorphosis while you were here, a big transformation. Tell us about it.
Well, when I first attended UCNJ, you know, I wasn't absolutely sure on what I wanted to do with my life. So, you know, I really wasn't talking to anybody. I really wasn't doing good in my classes. And then a switch flipped, and I, you know, got back on track.
Anything trigger that specifically?
I was sitting in class one day and I was looking at my grades and it really wasn't so good. And I think that was the flip switch.
So it was intrinsic, something inside of you.
Yes.
And then what happened? What did you do differently as you moved through your journey here?
Honestly, I started studying a lot harder. You know, once that happened, I started passing all my tests, getting great grades on assignments, and it just went up from there.
Tell me about the support you received here. You didn't do it alone. And that's a big point that we talk to students all the time, and they always tell us stories about somebody who helped them. It's usually a family member. Sometimes it's a friend. Often it's a staff person like Karen Cimorelli, or maybe a coach or an advisor or a professor. Who helped you along the way?
Well, there's a few people I can mention, but one of them is here actually today. Miss Karen Cimorelli. She helped me from the beginning to the end. You know, tremendous help. I can talk for a lot of people.
Tell us about some of the help you got.
Well, I'm actually a part of the NEST program. It stands for Nurturing Educational Success and Transformation. They help with people with, you know, accommodations, get more time on tests, you know, extra help on assignments.
Terrific, terrific. And who leads that NEST program?
Her name is Kathleen Anderson.
Kathleen Anderson, one of the staff here at the college.
Yes.
So that NEST program is something we've been doing for the last 2 years. Take students like you, academically high-achieving students who maybe are looking for their place at the college. Can you describe the NEST for folks out there who don't know what we're talking about? They may think we're talking about a bird's nest, but we are the owls, so we use that metaphor often.
Right. So it's a really medium-sized room where, you know, you can get extra help on assignments. You know, make sure you turning them in on time. And, you know, get a good grade on it. It's tremendous help over there.
So they're like a nudge to you.
Yes.
A nudge.
Yes.
Get your assignments in, get your work, but still a place to hang out?
Oh, yes, of course. If you're feeling tired, you can always, you know, take a quick nap and get right back on track.
Terrific. So 10 years from now, Aziz, where will you be? What will you be doing?
Therapist, being a therapist.
You'll be a therapist.
With my doctorate.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank
Now,
you.
Karen, give us an idea. What do we do for students who are on the spectrum? Academically high-achieving students,
Yes.
but maybe some issues with social issues and things like that. Give us an idea.
So it's been a trend in not just our college, but colleges around our nation, that more students who are on the spectrum are realizing, I can go to college. There is at times some, especially of the social way that you should interact with other people, that students need coaching about. Many times I'm meeting with students to talk about what they may have misunderstood in an interaction. And then a lot of our students, not all, but a lot, are part of the NEST program, where we have weekly workshops and we talk about socially how to behave in the classroom, how to navigate the campus,
Interact with the professor.
Interact with professors, exactly, so that we try to assist them. And at the same time, communicating with other staff and also the professors in the classroom about ways that we can assist and understand a student who is very bright, but may have some other things that are interrupting the class or their ability to get work done. How do we put extra support? So we build that on an individual basis for people.
There are many students who talk to me about imposter syndrome. Maybe they thought they didn't belong in college. It sounds like the NEST and some of these services help to get students the confidence that they belong here as much as anybody else does. This is part of our overall initiative to welcome everyone to UCNJ. We want our college to be an oasis of safety, an oasis of welcoming for everyone, regardless of their politics or their religion or their race or their ethnicity or national origin or their disability status. We want to welcome everyone here, and we're making an effort to create services and programs and spaces that we call destination venues, where students can feel like they belong and get the help they need to achieve their dreams. Al-Aziz, you are a shining example of a brilliant, hardworking, and ambitious student who has now become a UCNJ graduate and will be following your path as you make it to your doctorate and to your job as a psychologist. Karen Cimorelli, thank you for your work in universal accessibility services and helping to welcome everyone to UCNJ. We'll be back in a few moments.
The thing I like most about UCNJ is the community and the gatherings we have here at UCNJ, and the clubs they also give out to the students, which is amazing.
What I love the most about UCNJ is our student athletes and our staff.
What I love about UCNJ is our student workers and our student leaders. They are so creative and make our campuses so exciting every day.
Welcome back to Inside the College. I'm Dr. Maggie McMenamin, president of UCNJ, Union College of Union County, New Jersey. This episode is about how we support our students at UCNJ. As I said earlier, we have academic support services, we have financial support services. Some students need social support, some need food support, but we want to do everything that we can at the college to help our students achieve their dreams and cross that finish line with a degree. So my second group of guests today, two individuals, again, one is a staff person and one of our precious students. Let me introduce to you Kevan Pidgeon-Hammock. He's one of our student support specialist here at UCNJ, and his job is to help students in any way he can. He's in the college life department, but he's also got a second title. Kevan is our men's volleyball coach, the head coach of our men's volleyball team. My second guest is one of our precious students, Vinit Shah. He is a second year, or he's going to be a second year student here at UCNJ. So welcome, Vin.
Thank you.
And welcome, Kevan.
Thank you very much.
We'll start with Kevan. Kevan, give us an idea. I gave you a title. I don't even know if I got it right. Student Services Specialist. Is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
And head men's volleyball coach.
Yes.
So give us an idea of what does a student specialist do in college life?
So in college life, I have the privilege of working with all of our student-led clubs. We're sitting at 35 clubs right now. We have 6 more that are in transition to
What are the
become-
clubs? What are the topics? Like
So
clubs of what?
we have religious clubs with our Christian Fellowship, our Muslim Student Association, our Jewish Student Union. We have cultural clubs like our Latin Legacy Club and our Caribbean Culture Club. We also have academic clubs with engineering, which Vinit has a part of. We have our architecture club, our business club. We have Bloomberg. To
So a
teach them
club for everyone.
anything that a student wants to come in. If there's 10 students who are interested and an advisor, we are more than happy to start building.
So how do these clubs and this college life program, your work, how does that help students earn a college degree? Because we're not running a party here, or an athletic program. We're trying to help students learn and earn a college degree.
So statistics show that when students get involved on campus, they're much more likely to graduate and transfer and be successful once they leave. So giving them the opportunity to be more engaged in the area of their interest allows for them to develop more of a sense of pride in what they're doing. And you see that they start attending classes more. You see that they do more volunteer work. You see that they really get engaged and start pushing for more of what they're going to be doing in the future.
Now, you're not just talking about clubs, but you're including athletics in there. So you coach men's volleyball.
Yes.
So what, is that all about winning?
No, that's all, especially the way that we are at UCNJ. We're about developing our players on the court, off the court, in the classroom, and beyond. So we do personal development, professional development, and athletic development.
Terrific. And I understand you had a great season this year.
We did.
Third year with men's volleyball, and you won the Region 19 championship.
Yes, we did. We went 24-8 in the entirety of the season. We won our region. We were to Region 19. We defended our house. We didn't lose a single home match. And it was a great season for our gentlemen to come in and really develop and show that they wanted to win. And they promised they would in the beginning of the season, and then they did.
So before we go to Vin, I just want to say to you volleyball players out there, we have a championship men's volleyball team. And I know that not only do they play well, but they have very high grade point averages as a team, and they seem to have a very good time. So it's a great group of student athletes and scholars that you're coaching, Kevan. Congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you.
But let's turn to Vin. Vin, I understand that you are a chemistry major here at UCNJ, and you just completed your first year. Tell us, why did you choose UCNJ?
So I chose UCNJ, just the idea of just coming back, being around the community, the diversity especially, and because of Coach Kevan
Yeah?
and the athletic director, Marbelli, which is my family friend.
Coach Montas.
Yes, Coach
Yes.
Montez. So what I said, why not just come in, give it a try? First month was okay.
Were you always majoring in chemistry when you came? Did you come as a chemistry major?
Yes.
Okay.
That was my initial plan. And
Why did you choose chemistry? Let's start there.
So my idea is I want to go pursue medicine. So what I want to do is actually make a cure for diabetes. So my idea is go from chemistry to chemical engineering.
Okay, speak slower. Chemistry to chemical engineering.
And then straight to med school to focus on diabetes and how to cure it, because I've lost a family member behind it. So why not?
So tell us about your first year here at UCNJ. It sounds like you're a scholar. You
Yeah.
have great aspirations. I mean, chemistry, chemical engineering, and med school.
Yeah.
So tell us about your first year here.
First year, it was iffy. I was still adjusting. I had Coach Kevan to help me with that. I had Professor Ideri, Professor Ashbar, Dr. Khan. I had most of the chem department to help me around. Making friends at the beginning was iffy because I planned to not focus on that. But once the first day I walked in, it was a lot. I got friends real quick. I built big group. My teammates, especially ALC.
What's the ALC?
That's the Academic Learning Center.
Okay, so what is that? Tell the audience about that. I know what it is, but they may not know.
So it's a place where students can go in, and there's tutors. There are also peer tutors, which are students that have already aced the class or the B+ or higher, that could help you learn about the class in a more, how do you say?
Friendly way?
Yeah, it's a friendly way.
So when you went there to the ALC for tutoring initially?
Yes.
And then they said, you're so good, they'll make you a tutor? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Tell
basically.
us about that.
So I'm actually a tutor for chemistry. Chemistry, Calc 1, psychology. The first few weeks since I'm a first year, I already have limited classes. Now I'm doing Chem 2 and all that higher classes like Orgo and all that.
So you're tutoring other students?
Yes, now I am.
Is that a job on campus?
Yes.
So you're a full-time student in chemistry.
Yep.
You're a member of the men's volleyball team. And you're a tutor in the Academic Learning Center.
Yes.
All right. Now tell us about your summer plans. Tell us about what happened for this summer.
So in the summer, I was chosen to go to Princeton, the TSI programs. It's a Transfer Students Initiative, where I could learn about how it is to 4-year classes, especially in Ivy League.
So you go there for a day?
No, for actually a month and a half.
6 weeks at Princeton University?
Yes.
Are you going to be the only student from UCNJ there?
No, I believe 11 students.
11 UCNJ students are spending the summer at Princeton. That's a great opportunity.
Yep. It's nerve-wracking, but...
Why is it nerve-wracking?
I've never been in a 4-year, especially not Princeton. I haven't seen it yet, so...
Well, it's amazing. You're going to love it. Now, tell us, you mentioned chemical engineering as the next step.
Yes.
Where do you, after you graduate in May of 26, right? You'll graduate next year.
Yes.
What school do you want to transfer to? Tell us where you plan to apply.
So my plans are MIT, UMich.
Wait, UMich, say that?
UMichigan.
University of Michigan.
Yes, University of Michigan. Stevens, Rutgers, Brunswick for engineering.
Yes.
And UPenn.
Okay.
That's I'm still trying to understand UPenn, but if we get there, we get there. So.
We have students, recent graduates at all of those colleges, including Michigan. So one of our, I think it was class of 22, Mark Fayrag, just finished his master's.
I met him.
You met Mark
in
chemical engineering at Michigan.
Yes.
We have 2 at Princeton, Bianca and Precious Opala, Bianca Tomlinson and Precious Opala. We have Manny Fernandez and Karine Medelis at Penn. So, and we have Nicole Resendi at Stevens. So you know Nicole.
Yes.
Wonderful. So you'll be able to get connected to some of those students to help you make your decision.
Yes.
So talk to us about chemistry, chemical engineering. You mentioned med school. What are you doing to prep for that?
So I'm taking all the STEM courses at the moment. I have people I've just met recently that are taking the MCAT soon.
Okay.
And they're teaching me ways how to be ready for that class. And certain classes I might have to self-study or self-teach myself. So they're telling me go off certain books, certain classes or courses I could take online. Or if they could also help me through the process. So
you have people guiding you along the way. So Kevin, why don't you tell us, I know you were focused on the men in the volleyball program, but generally speaking with athletics, tell us, how do we at UCNJ support our student athletes?
So our athletics department is great in that we require both in season and out of season tutoring hours at the Academic Learning Center.
So all the student athletes have to go for tutoring?
All of our student athletes are required to maintain their roster spots in both in-season and off-season to do at least 2 hours at the Academic Learning Center. Some coaches require more, but we want to make sure that academics are a priority to all of our athletes.
So one thing that Vin mentioned was when he came in, right away, he didn't plan on being social or meeting people. He wanted to focus on academics. but it sounds like he was able to get a group or a collection of friends, a posse, so to speak, to hang out with through athletics.
Yeah, one great thing with our programs, with our teams right now, and actually in years past, our teams are really interactive. You'll see men's basketball, women's basketball at volleyball games. You'll see volleyball and soccer at a volleyball or a basketball game. So we're really interactive in how we support each other and how we move with each other. So any day that you walk into the Academic Learning Center, you will see baseball and wrestling and basketball and soccer with volleyball. Everybody's sitting there making sure that we kind of move forward and we're trying to succeed together.
With the ultimate goal?
Graduation and transfer.
Graduation and transfer. My guests for today's episode have been two of our staff members and two of our precious students. For this part of the episode, we've had Kevan Pidgeon-Hammock, one of our student services specialists and head men's volleyball coach, along with one of his scholars, one of his student athletes, Vinit Shah, talking about his future, what he's done here at the college, and what he hopes to do in the future through engineering, med school, and perhaps some scientific research. At UCNJ, we are transforming our community one student at a time, and we do it through the work of staff members like Kevan and precious students like Vin. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next episode of Inside the College. Thank you for joining us.